right. So we're doing a deep dive today on GPT. You've probably heard of it. It's kind of everywhere these days.
It really is, yeah.
And you may have even like messed around with it a little bit. But we want to go a little deeper today than like, those articles you see online, like what is GPT?
Yeah.
Just real basic stuff. We're gonna try to get to that aha moment. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And that's key because GPT is not just some, passing tech fad.
Yeah.
This is something that has the potential to really change things in a big way.
Yeah.
So it's important to have a good understanding of it.
I like that. It has the potential to change things in a big way.
Yeah.
So we've got some source material today that dives into the acronym Generative Pre-trained Transformer. I get the generative part, make stuff.
Of course.
But what else is going on there?
Well, you can almost imagine if you had a library.
Okay.
The biggest library you can possibly imagine. And you fed all of that information into a system that could learn the patterns of human language. Not just grammar, but style, tone, even biases based on what it was trained on. That's essentially what GPT is.
Okay, so it's not just like spitting out random words. It's like thinking about
it's predicting
what comes next.
Based on everything it's already read.
Exactly, and it's using probability and statistics, but it's doing it on a scale so massive that the output starts to feel really human.
Yeah.
And that's why you're starting to see it do things like co-write novels with authors.
Oh, wow.
Blur the lines between human creativity and what a machine can do.
It's wild. It reminds me of that news story I saw where someone used a GPT-powered chatbot to help them write an email to win an argument with their landlord.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
I mean, people are using this to translate languages in real time.
Yeah. Breaking down communication barriers in medicine and diplomacy. There are even people composing music with this thing that's indistinguishable from something a human would write.
That's pretty mind-blowing. I mean, with all this power, there's got to be some downsides too, right?
Yeah, of course. Just like any tool, it depends how you use it. The same technology that can write a beautiful poem can be used to spread misinformation.
Right.
Or to create deepfakes that are nearly impossible to detect. So there are definitely some risks there as well.
So how do we navigate all this? It feels like we're stepping into uncharted territory with this kind of technology.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's a collective responsibility. As GPT and these similar technologies get more advanced, we're going to need to develop some safeguards, some ethical guidelines for how they're used.
Yeah.
The key is to be aware of the potential risks while also embracing the incredible opportunities that this presents.
That makes a lot of sense. So it really does feel like we're on the verge of something huge here.
I think so.
With both exciting and potentially challenging implications.
Exactly. And that's what makes this such a fascinating field to watch,
Yeah.
It's not just about the technology itself, but how we as a society choose to shape its development and impact on our lives.
Well, that's about all the time we have for today. It's a lot to think about, but hey, isn't that what a good deep dive is supposed to do?
It is.
Leave you with more questions than answers.
I think the most important question to ask ourselves now is, where do we go from here,
Yeah.
What role do we want this technology to play in our future?
That's a good question. We'll have to leave that for another deep dive.
Yeah, definitely for another time.
But until then, keep thinking, keep learning, and we'll see you next time
See you then.
for another deep dive.
All right.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.